So again, no sombre, autonomy of a crime, no woolly hat, serial killer here. Number 7, so you know number 7, John Doe of Dis, serial killer here. Africa, Dis, Norwich and Sandringham, really don't think so. One big saw trap, hatchet job in Dis, Norfolk, UK. One big jigsaw trap. So only will get you axed. It's been interesting listening to Tommy Robinson, what he has to say after just spending 7 months in solitary confinement. What was his crime? Exposing the rape of Britain to prove that he was telling the truth against the big state's monster lie. Grooming gangs raping their way through 50 cities and towns throughout the UK, all covered up by Labour councils, the police, Labour government, number 10. And the Labour vote was more important than thousands and thousands of victims, young girls, who certainly were victims of the grooming gangs on the UK's Devil Island. And there are plenty of grooming gangs in high places. And again, exposing the truth certainly will make you an enemy of the crown, enemy of the state. They will want you boxed up, locked up or done in. And again, all to cover up their high royal blue crime. New Year's Day fine, September blue murder, certainly not mine. And as always, no Clockwork Orange, Norwich train station, mountain bike rapist here. I was on a woman's black Dutchy bike, not a mountain bike, given away free to a good home on the Burston Gisson Road, Gregson's Two Fishers Art Gallery, not far from here. There's only no Black Cat copycat, Black Cat of Burston, Son of Sam, Black Panther, Sandringham serial killer here, Black Wizard terrorist, this shooter, really don't think so. And in a 22-year catch-22, complete abuse of power, position, authority and influence in public office, I certainly have heard all their monster lies in Dis, Norfolk, UK. Have had them phoned to me, written to me. People have posted them online, have had them shouted at me also. So I certainly have heard all the monster lies in Dis, Norfolk, UK. 7 monster lies and 7 bogus diagnoses. Again, they want everyone to believe are true, but never the case. 39 on all accounts, Africa, Dis, Norwich and Sandringham. And all to cover up a high royal blue crime, New Year's Day fine, September blue murder, certainly not mine. See Prince Harry the Spare for details. And certainly not me leaving the body of a 17-year-old sex trafficked girl on the Royal Sandringham Estate killing fields, late Prince Philip's favourite hunting area. No Roy White and White Van Man, Christian B. No Red Car, Michael Dunn, Michael Sands, Sutcliffe, Steve Wright, Wayne Cousins, Brady Huntley, Fred West, Black Cat Copycat, Black Cat of Burston, Son of Sam, Black Panther, serial killer here, really don't think so. They certainly do hunt more than birds of prey on the Royal Sandringham Estate killing fields, their high royal blue crime. New Year's Day fine, September blue murder, certainly not mine. And as always, that is the word that came off the Royal Sandringham Estate killing fields, loud and clear. Prince Harry's birthday present pie, rich boys love pie, human hunting pie. Some people like their blood sport, human hunting. And it's very much like the film, The Final Girl, rich boys love pie, hunting young girls for blood sport. There was a mention of a Suzuki Jeep and trials bike, human hunting pies, Royal Sandringham Estate killing fields. So as always, no Roy White and White Van Man, Christian B, Sandringham serial killer here. And Roy White was beaten and stabbed up in prison recently, Christian B, also back in the news. Concerning the Madeleine McCann case, Simon Bailey don't cry on his blonde host plainclothes lover, not true detective. So that is their big monster con, monster bluff, monster gaff, epic fail, again set you up as a Roy White and White Van Man, Christian B. Red Car, Michael Dunn, Michael Sands, Sutcliffe, Steve Wright, Wayne Cousins, Brady Huntley, Fred West. to get you done in or boxed up, locked up, throw away the key. But it's all to cover up a high royal blue crime. New Year's Day fine, September blue murder, certainly not mine. And Russell Brand is in court today based on allegations of 4 sexual assaults and a rape dating back 25 years. So a crime is a crime whenever it's committed, unless it's a high royal blue crime. New Year's Day fine, September blue murder, certainly not mine. Again, Royal Sandringham Estate, Killenfields, late Prince Philip's favourite hunting area. See Prince Harry the Spare for details. And Andrew Tristan Tate also been given a UK arrest warrant for alleged trafficking and rape dating back around the same time as the murder on the Royal Sandringham Estate, Killenfields. And as Tommy Robertson said, exposing the truth, they will lock up the truth, they will want you silenced, will want more than your social media accounts burned down for exposing the truth, the proof, the evidence and the facts. Freedom of speech and expression, freedom of choice, peaceful protest of innocence. 7 YouTube channels, 3 YouTube channels burned down recently that had no strikes, over 1,500 videos for uploading 1 video of a red Porsche. And again, that is a Skoda there. Police surrounding my frame fixed Skoda at Hitcham, where I was staying in a disused beach hut, North Norfolk coast, 7 miles from Sandringham. Calling for backup. There's only no nut in a Hitcham beach hut. Sandringham stock and strangler, serial killer here. And as always, very good watch, Agatha Christie, the ABC murders, where there is a murder in a beach hut. But the man who was set up as the stock and strangler serial killer, it's not him at all, it's his aristocracy boss who is the one committing the murders. And you also see that in Silent Witness, very good crime drama, the Marsh murderer. When a young lad was set up as the Marsh murderer, serial killer, again all the evidence pointed towards him. He was totally set up and used, framed and fixed, but that was his solicitor who was committing the murders. So that is the perfect crime. The perfect crime is not the one that remains unsolved, but it's the crime that is solved, but with the wrong culprit and the wrong fall guys. And you do see it in the classic masterpiece, The Night of the Generals, Peter O'Toole, Omar Sharif, when a German SS general uses and sets up, frames and fixes his driver to cover up his Jack the Ripper crimes. There was an army captain serial killer in Cyprus, 7 victims, women, young girls and children. So again, plenty of high crimes. Jack the Ripper crimes, castles, manor houses, UK's Devil Island, country estates, and certainly not mine. And you also see it in Alfred Hitchcock's film Frenzy, again where the wrong man is set up as the necktie strangler, serial killer, by the person who is the real necktie strangler, serial killer. Evidence is planted on him. And there was a man recently released from prison after spending 38 years in prison for a horrendous murder that he never committed, so he must have had a pretty nasty time in prison, because that was a very horrendous murder. So he spent 38 years in prison for a murder he never committed. And if you are ever set up for a murder, a crime you never committed, and you expose the truth, it's quite interesting. That'll be you who'll be banned, blocked, deleted, punished, blacklisted by big tech social media. Again, banning, blocking the truth and everyone's freedom of speech, complicit in high crimes, covering up high crimes. That'll be your social media accounts that are burned down. TikTok has been the worst social media platform. 66.8 million views on TikTok. 27 TikTok accounts burned down, just for exposing the truth, just for telling the truth. Again, exposing a high royal blue crime, blue murder, certainly not mine. And a precision engineered black box serial killer frame fix assassination, sealed with 7 monster lies, 7 bogus diagnoses. not even Harry Houdini could escape from. Again, in a 22-year catch-22, complete abuse of power, position, authority and influence in public office. Steph has just been to the hospital with Jackie, but again, even Steph, always those closest to you who weren't setting you up. You can see Steph and Jojo, Mary and Jerry, AJ and John, Jackie and Michael, Chris, Darren and co. Can see Matt Johnson. Again, all full of mad monster lies and bogus diagnosis. Can see Jan and Shannon and Jordan, Steph's dad for details. So, again, as always, those who are full of mad monster lies, bogus diagnosis and death threats who want you boxed up, locked up or done in, disappeared one way or another, but that's all to cover up their high crimes. Blue murder, frames and fixer switches, monster lies and bogus diagnosis, and certainly not mine. You certainly can see my ex-wife, Shay Fraternal, far in Burson, not far from here. Big Police Council, Doctor Who collaboration. Inspector Numbnuts Button and Mr. Fixer, liar, liar, pants on fire. And again, two blatant lies from a police inspector, far bigger than Plebgate. And I do have the evidence, do have the proof, do have the letter in black and white. Written by Peacock, signed by Inspector Numbnuts Button, Mr. Fixer. Liar, liar, pants on fire. And you certainly can see Simon Bailey Don't Cry, his blonde toast plainclothes lover and her partner, not true detectives for details. This Mason Council, White Lodge, a local mafia, a local mob. All their cronies, spies and informers, this Skelton Road assassins. We're not far from Burston, so you certainly can see Burston Mill, Pages and Co. This Skelton Road assassins, this Woodyard, Parish Fields, not so healthy centre. All related, one big black axe, hatchet job, saw trap in this Norfolk UK. So anyway, you do have to go before you get axed. Did happen to Daniel Morgan, who was going to expose corrupt police at Scotland Yard. He ended up with an axe in his head in the Golden Lion pub car park, so you certainly do have to follow your golden compass before you get axed. And you certainly can see this post office, Royal Mail, Postie Assassins, Vigilantes, Postie Mayor, very deadly serial killer virus in this Norfolk UK. All delivered by Royal Mail, the super spreader carriers. Certainly have infected everyone apart from me. So certainly is the one. Anyhow, God bless, take care.